Hello everyone, Marshmallow Man here. Today we're going to be talking about a simple speaker that's also compact in size and is hardly a slouch when it comes to sound quality. We're talking about the Edifier D12, a 2.0 stereo speaker in a box. And based on our tests and experiences, this could very much be the best all-in-one speaker we've heard. Yes, this little box that fits perfectly into this bookshelf is the Edifier D12. From the front, you can see the simplistic design it comes with. Just a speaker grille, a silver line for aesthetics, and the logo below. This is perhaps the most fitting speaker we've seen inside an Ikea Billy Bookcase, but more on this later. The Edifier D12 is a 2.0 setup with a pair of bass units paired with a tweeter. The units are able to produce 20 kHz to 53 Hz. More on that later. Its total output is rated at 70 watts, and the audio is amplified by two Class D amplifiers by Texas Instruments. It also supports Bluetooth 5.0, but as we all know, this Bluetooth version doesn't affect much on the sound quality, and sadly, is only limited to SBC codec, so that's something we need to look into later. The speaker features what looks like Edifier's Eagle Eye tweeter. On paper, it is stated to be a 19mm silk dome tweeter rated at 15 watts. It carries that signature look of Edifier's Eagle Eye tweeter by looking like an eyeball or longan. They are capable of producing higher frequencies as high as 20 kHz. The bass unit here is a 4-inch bass unit, which explains about its rate to produce audio frequency at 53 Hz only. Edifier also specified that the woofer unit is tuned to mid-bass, hence we are expecting more punch from the Edifier D12 rather than deep rumble bass. The bass unit is rated at 20 watts. There are 3 knobs for controls here. We have bass, treble, and volume. For bass and treble, we can tune it from the range of -4 to +4, whereas the volume knob is an infinity knob, where it can be tuned infinitely. I have a love-hate relationship with this kind of knob, due to you not being able to visibly tell what level of volume it is. However, it resetting the volume to 0 every time switching on the speaker is a big plus for me, as it avoids the sudden boom sound switch on the speaker. Input-wise, we only have 3 options: RCA and aux-in for line-in, and SBC Bluetooth. There is a line-out too, likely reserved for subwoofers for deeper than 52 Hz, which is great since sometimes users have subwoofers laying around from older speakers. For line-in, users have 2 options, either using the 3.5mm jack to plug in or use the RCA ports. There's really not much difference rather than whichever is convenient for the user. The Edifier D12 comes with a remote with all the functions you need on the speaker. You have volume up and down as well as playback functions such as play and pause and skip or previous tracks. You also have access to the 2 modes the Edifier D12 features, which include movie mode and music mode. You can also toggle between aux input, line-in input, and Bluetooth mode. The remote control also has a mute button included. Let's run some sound tests. Although we used our usual sound test setup, the recorded sound is hardly faithful to its original sound. This is due to multiple factors, such as echo, distance, and background noise. Take these audio samples as a reference. We will explain how the Edifier D12 sound like in more detail later. The first audio sample is Paradise by Shy 5. We focused on men's vocals in this audio.
Let's fly away, just you and me. I need a little break from the city. It's been so long since we've been gone. I wanna feel that summer feel, but I don't wanna go if you ain't with me. Let's make a home, be all alone. So tell me, baby, where would you like to...
The next song is Young Again by Lupus Nocti. In this song, we focused on the ladies' vocals. Now, Cornucopia by Jobby, Jazz. The Great Unknown by Hampus Neizelius. We chose this for its deep bass for movies. Finally, Shadow Warriors by Koma Svensson. Rock genre with its dynamic bass and treble. Based on listening to the Edifier D12, we can say that its bass is punchy and accurate. You won't be hearing the bass spill over to other frequencies. But, due to its nature of being a mid-bass woofer, users won't be feeling that vibrating bass that much. But on the remote, there is a movie mode which focuses on pushing the bass unit where some sub-bass can be felt. But where the Edifier D12 shines through is its higher frequencies. Higher pitch are perfectly portrayed. Ladies' voices are crisp and bright, often stand out from the other frequencies but stand at their own place. When the two units work together, the Edifier D12 sounds great in pushing great sound at two ends of a frequency. But there is a hollowness in its general sound reproduction. This is likely due to having so many speaker units cramped inside a small space, resulting in lesser padding. It can be remedied by increasing the treble and bass via the controls, but users risk overpowering other frequencies. Now here's something I really love about the Edifier D12. Its dimension is something on the odder side. It looks like a taller shoebox and it can fit into tight spaces. One place it has a perfect fit into is the Billy Bookcase from Ikea. It fits perfectly with almost no margin from side to side. If you leave more space on top, you can have space for the control and a phone. It will also look great as a standalone speaker on a table or as a soundbar for a TV, if you can call a tall shoebox a soundbar. Because of its forward projection of sound, it is great as a small theatre system, but only for smaller homes. But, also because of its limited profile, it has a limited soundstage. We do experience that its sound might not be as great when we're sitting at its front. But the Edifier D12 does include a movie mode, which increases its bass focus and soundstage just a little. One thing to note is that we're using Bluetooth mode due to our TV not having an RCA connector, but only optical, which the Edifier D12 lacks. So for those of you who want to connect the D12 to a TV, should make sure you have an RCA connection. At the price of RM399, we believe the Edifier D12 is reasonably priced. It has great acoustic performance with its bass and more so with its treble. Based on our listening test, we would say that it has good bass and treble but falls short in its mids. Even so, it has great potential in projecting lady vocals and also deeper men's voices. With all these at that price, we would say the Edifier D12 is a great speaker offered at great value. Also, its unique profile allows it to fit well with other furniture. Its perfect fit in the Ikea Billy Bookcase is something worth noting as well. On its lesser side, it does have some hollowness in audio, which is likely due to having to cram so many units into a small space. Also, it has only 3 modes of input: line-in, aux, and Bluetooth. The lack of optical input might be an inconvenience for some users. While some users might feel that it has limited audio performance wirelessly using SBC codec, but during our listening test, we could hardly tell the difference. So we won't be taking it as a negative. In conclusion, we do recommend the Edifier D12 for its great sound and unique fit. It definitely can be a unique addition for home users. If you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel for more videos and reviews like this. You can also check out the official Portdo.net Facebook and Instagram pages. We also have our very own Telegram channel where you can find all our news and videos posted every day. Until then, this is Marshmallow Man signing off.